Since time immemorial, Indigenous peoples have lived on these lands, which today is called Plymouth, a territory carved by ancient glaciers, creating unique kettle ponds while laying down layers and layers of profitable sand and gravel. Lands that have evolved over millennia to become home to some of the world's greatest and most fragile biodiversity. The people who have occupied these lands are the Wampanoags, who continue today to retain ancestral rights to these rich, unceded territories, having never been sold or signed away by treaty.
Today, our tribal community continues the work of our ancestors, protecting land and water for our youth and our future generations. To us, land and water and all the wildlife with whom we coexist are alive and sacred. The land does not belong to us, we belong to it. The Herring Pond Wampanoag tribe knows this because we have been at the ground zero of colonial resource extraction for over 400 years, since the so-called Pilgrims landed in Plymouth. For over 400 years, our ancestral homelands have been clear-cut, stripped of sand and gravel, mined and paved over. Today in Plymouth, which calls itself America's hometown, industrial resource extraction, sand and gravel mining, water extraction, forest clear cuts are happening at an alarming rate without tribal nation consultation. One of the worst projects is an industrial sand and gravel mining operation, $9 million worth of water resource extraction for cranberry bogs. Cranberries are 90% water. Our water is being extracted from our aquifer for sale in plastic bottles all over the world. This cranberry bog provides berries for these cranberry giants like Ocean Spray, a global corporation with $2 billion in annual revenues, which partners with Pepsi. This operation for Ocean Spray cranberries is desecrating our ancestral lands. This water extraction and mining operation is in an area where there are likely to be culturally significant assemblages, burials, campsites, hearths, workshops, and living areas. The town was informed of this in 2016. There was supposed to be an archaeological study in consultation with Indigenous communities. This did not happen. Plymouth Town Hall, holding last-minute meetings on Christmas Eve and during the holiday season in a global pandemic, is rubber stamping permits and giving approvals for this deal. Laws and policies give us as Indigenous people the right to be consulted when human activities harm our ancestral homelands and heritage. Under state and federal laws, Indigenous people have the right to consultation, something very often ignored. Under the United States Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, which was endorsed by the U.S. State Department in 2010, we as Indigenous people have an inherent human right. Article 32, Number 2, to good faith consultation and cooperation prior to the approval of any project affecting our lands, territories, and other resources, particularly in connection with the development, utilization, or exploitation of mineral, water, or other resources. The town of Plymouth is going to great lengths to celebrate the arrival of the colonists on these lands. The continued desecration of indigenous cultural sites that are part of the land, part of who we are as a people. This project must be stopped. Take action. Call, write, email the Plymouth Select Board. Tell the Ocean Spray cranberry giant to stop violating our human rights and causing environmental destruction.